going to find the area of rectangles and the area of parallelograms. Okay? Remember, a parallelogram is what? We just talked about it. What is a parallelogram, Lacey? Not a shape. Give me the right word. Quadrilateral. A parallelogram is a quadrilateral, meaning a four-sided shape that has two sets of parallel lines. A four-sided shape with two sets of parallel lines. And a rectangle is, did you know technically a rectangle is a parallelogram? We're also going to talk about area. Okay. First of all, the area of a figure is the number of unit squares needed to cover a figure. Area is measured in square units. So A is always in square units. Area is square units. If you look down at the floor, that tile that you look on the floor is a square unit. It is 1 foot long by 1 foot wide. That is a 1 square foot unit. Okay? That would be marked as 1 foot squared. Now, 2 of those tiles would be 2 feet squared. Now, if you wanted to know how many tiles are in this rectangular room, you would have to count the number of tiles across, which is going to be your length, and the number of tiles wide, and multiply them together, and you would have the number of square feet in this room. Okay? To find the area of a rectangle, here's your formula. A equals L times W. Area equals length times width. Now, I want you to understand something. On your quiz and on your test, that is something you are going to have to memorize. It's something that you need to permanently have in your brain. To find the area of a rectangle, it's length times width. A equals L times W. That's something that you are going to memorize. What I have written up there on the board is not going to stay there. I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to erase it. So this is a memorization thing for you. Now, rectangle, obviously, there's your length and your width. On a problem like this, you find the area of the rectangle. Well, all we do is plug it into our formula. A equals L times W. Well, we have a length and a width, don't we? A equals 7.4 times 4.5. All you do is plug the numbers in. 7.4 times 4.5 is 33.3. Now, let's think about our label. What is our label going to be? Inches what? Because area is always measured in what? Square units, whatever the unit is, and it's inches, so it's 33.2 inches squared equals the area. That's all you do. It's that simple. It really is. To find the area of a rectangle. So you take the length times the width. I'm going to skip the next problem because you don't need it. Now, the next question says the area of a playing field is 1,470 square feet and the length is 42 feet. What is the width? Well, now it's giving you area. You have to take the same formula. A equals L times W. Now it's giving us A, isn't it? We need to figure out W. So it's 1470. So we plug that in for A equals L is 42 times W. So 42W. Wow. We have a problem that we know how to solve. We've done this multiple times, haven't we? All it is an algebraic expression. So we got to get W all by ourselves. We have to follow our rules of algebra. Rule number 1 of algebra is finding out what is happening to the variable and doing the opposite. What is happening to this variable, Lacey? It's being multiplied by 42. And the opposite of multiplying by 42 is? Dividing by 42. And we can do it, rule number 2 is do it to both sides. Divide by 42, divide by 42. By definition, that goes away. W equals 1470 divided by 42 equals 35. What is our label? Just feet. Because width is measured in feet or inches or whatever. It's not squares. It's not, the only area is square feet or square inches. Okay? That's area of a rectangle. The last thing I want to show you today is area of a parallelogram. It's honestly the same thing. Base times height. Area equals base times height. This is something, again, you're going to have to memorize. You're going to have to use this on your quiz. It's a formula. Except your height is how tall is the parallelogram. Okay? Now a rectangle is basically going to be the length of the side. That is your height. Okay? But a parallelogram, because sometimes it's skewed like this or it's tipped over, it looks like a rectangle that's been squashed. Really. Okay? The height, it's base times height. So it's this length times this length. So when you have a problem like this, all you do, A equals B times H. We don't know what A is, so we take A equals 8. No, I'm sorry. The base is 16. 16 times the height, which is 8. (16) times 8 is 128. A equals 128 what? What? And what? Because it's area. Meters squared because it's area. Okay? This is it. This is all you're going to have to do. I'm going to give you a worksheet, and that's your homework. It's just like this. Can you use, yes, you may use calculators. But, listen. When you use your calculators, I also want you to, listen, everyone needs to do this. Make sure that you show me that you plugged in these numbers. So you have to show me what you're plugging into calculator. So tell me, for like that problem, don't just do 8 times 16. Show me that you did, on your paper, 16 times 8 equals, so that I understand. All right?